Hello and welcome to the second video in the installment of how to build AdWords campaigns with Rowan at Red Academy. So in the first installment, we built out our keywords, we kind of separated them into ad groups, and we did this forecasting, which is also, well, it's all great, but obviously our ad groups always contain keywords and ads. So the next thing that's going to be really important is building out the ads. So to build our ads, I'm going to want to build at least 2 ads per ad group, and that's basically just so that I can A/B test them as much as possible. So obviously if I just had one ad, I wouldn't know if performance was good or bad versus any other variation. So I want to at least be able to test some things in the ad copy. Maybe people prefer to hear best climbing gym in Vancouver versus Vancouver's best climbing gym. I don't know. It seems very similar. But what I'm going to do is I need to build my ads, and I need to build them for all my ad groups. So obviously I've got lots of kind of variations. I've got the same ad group kind of repeated lots of times. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to copy the campaign and ad groups, and I'm just going to copy all of that data, and I'm going to put it into a new sheet. And the reason that I'm copying, oh, that has not worked. Let's go again. Okay. And the reason that I'm just copying everything is so that the campaign name and the ad group name stay the same. And I'm definitely not kind of missing out anything, which is very important. What is annoying though is that I have lots of the kind of same rows. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove duplicates. So if you're on Excel, you can just click Data and you can click Remove Duplicates. If you are in Google Sheets, as we are here, I'm going to go to the add-ons, click Remove Duplicates, and it takes a little while to load. And I can basically just keep skipping through till step 4. And on step 4, I just need to make sure it definitely says delete rows within the selection. So now I'm left with not so many ad groups, still a fair few ad groups though. So I'm just going to put a filter on. I just always put filter on everything really, and it's just going to allow me to sort everything A to Z. Okay. So at least I can see that I've got my bouldering ad groups, I've got my climbing ad groups, and I'm going to be making ads that talk about courses, gyms, and walls. Well, bouldering courses, bouldering gyms, bouldering walls. Same with climbing, then same with rock climbing. So the problem that I've got here is that I only have one row for each ad group, and as we just decided, we need to have at least 2 ads per ad group, and each row is going to correspond to one ad. So I need to have 2 rows per ad group because that's going to be my 2 ads for that ad group. So I'm just going to copy all of these and paste them just below, and I'm just going to sort them again. And now you can see that I've got 2 rows for each ad group. So each ad group is repeated twice, and that's going to allow me to build 2 ads per ad group. So all I need to do now really is write my ad copy. Now you've probably got all the appropriate headings in your ad copy template. I'm just going to write them in because I know them anyway, and it's easier. So we've got part. Oh, I'm doing this all wrong. We've got headline 1. I said easier. This isn't looking easy, is it? We've got headline 2. Then we've got the description. Then we've got the final URL. And then we've got path 1. And we've got path 2. Okay. And I guess I'm also going to want to be able to count these. So let's insert some little columns that's going to allow me to count everything. I'm going to also want to count these guys. So to count the things, we're going to count the characters within each one. So I'm just going to use the formula len, like length of a string. So, and a string is just kind of some text. So I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to select the box to the left. And I am going to just copy that down all the way to the bottom. Now this looks like we're going to be making lots of ads, and it seems a bit daunting, but the good thing about Excel is finding and replacing. It's very quick. And I'm only really going to be building probably like 2 real ad variations, and then I'm just going to be kind of finding and replacing and putting stuff in. So it's not going to be as tricky as it may look at this point. That's actually jumping the gun. Okay, so where am I going to kind of think up this ad copy? I mean, obviously, we're all very creative. We've got brains. We're humans. However, sometimes it's nice to at least try and kind of mirror your client's tone of voice and kind of wording by taking some stuff off their website. And it also kind of makes things easier because it means we don't have to think as much. So what are we saying here? Climbing courses. Again, it's not a huge amount here. I'm going to go back to that kind of thing. Ooh, Vancouver's premier bouldering gym. That seems like a nice tagline. I wonder how long that is. 34. Okay, so the character limits for headline 1, headline 2 are 30. Also, it's all in capitals, so I'm going to have to rewrite this anyway. What about if we just call it Vancouver's best bouldering gym? Oops. 31. Okay, what about top? 30 characters. Lovely. So maybe I'm going to use that headline 2 for all of my bouldering ones. And you'll notice that this is making the cells a slightly annoying size. So let's reformat that to size 12. And if I just highlight these rows and double click on the in-betweeny bit, I was hoping it would make them a bit smaller, but that's not what happened. Okay, that will have to do. So I guess I'm going to have a similar kind of thing here, but I'm going to call it Vancouver's top climbing gym instead. And in fact, now that I've got a few more characters, I could say best, because I prefer best than top, really. Okay, cool. So that can be my headline 2. That's kind of like a bit of a headline, isn't it? So what's really important is going to be my headline 1. So what should we write here? Something about courses, probably. I mean, maybe we only need to use courses for the courses ones. So let's see if we can find some more wording from here. What about if we go to the courses bit? Here we go. Climbing course for people with all skills and abilities. That's kind of nice. Let's say, that was a message from Vanessa, excellent. I quite like this little kind of tagline. I think it's a bit long, but maybe we can kind of fit that in here somehow. And obviously, because this is the bouldering ad group, I want to be saying bouldering, not climbing. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm a lot of characters here. So what about if we just say bouldering course for people of all abilities? Seems probably still quite long. Okay. What about if we just say bouldering course for everyone? Damn it. What about bouldering course for all? I don't really love that, to be honest, but I think that's going to have to do. So that's going to be my first one. What should we have in the second variation? Maybe we can just have another kind of similar variation. Let's see. Okay, might have to be a bit more creative. What should we say? I probably still want to have bouldering and courses in there. So What about if we say indoor bouldering courses? Okay, I mean, obviously they are all indoor, so I think I'm okay with that. Bouldering course for all indoor bouldering courses. Sure. And now obviously I don't want this to be bouldering for climbing, so I'm just going to select all those. I'm going to do a find and replace. I'm going to replace bouldering with climbing. And kind of happy with that. In fact, these are slightly less. I wonder if I can do everyone now. Ooh, nice. I wonder if I can fit the brand name in. That'd be nice. No. What about just climbing courses at the Hive? Ooh, I think I prefer that. Damn it. I mean, I think the Hive has a fairly strong like brand presence. So excellent. Let's do it like that instead. Okay. So climbing course for everyone, climbing course at the Hive. Bouldering course for all, bouldering course at the Hive. So you can see, you know, similar messaging, but one's for climbing, one is for bouldering. Headline 2 we're keeping the same. Now because we've got two different variations of headline 1, we could really just write one description and just kind of keep it as we're A/B testing headline 1, headline 2. To be honest, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So if you want to do that, by all means, write one description, copy it all down, and be like, cool, we've got 2 iterations. But I would say, in my experience, clients not going to be hugely excited about the fact that all we're testing is for all versus at the Hive, because it's not particularly different messaging. So I might try writing 2 different descriptions. Oh, but also, I've kind of messed up here because these are bouldering courses. This is not bouldering course. This is bouldering gyms. So maybe we need to say the Hive bouldering gym. Maybe we can say the Hive indoor bouldering gym. Okay, and then. What about just Vancouver's? We already said Vancouver's top bouldering gym. Indoor bouldering at the Hive. Okay, I quite like those. But then it doesn't say gym. It's really annoying how it doesn't allow me to select that, isn't it? So, okay, let's make it bouldering gym. Damn it. Bouldering gym. The Hive doesn't seem that exciting, but we really want to make sure that I'm saying bouldering and gym in the headline because that's what the keywords are referencing. So, probably going to copy those down. And then I'm probably just going to copy those. I'm going to find and replace gym with wall. Bouldering wall Hive. And I always like recheck that everything makes sense after I've find and replaced because, you know, finding and replacing can be a bit risky. So, yeah. So we've still got climbing course for everyone, climbing course at the Hive. That's cool. So I think we can probably just copy these down. Like that. And then we can just find and replace. Oh, and we can copy it. Well, we can definitely find and replace those first. And we're just going to replace bouldering with climbing. Okay, and And then this is all talking about rock climbing rather than just climbing. So I think we probably need to get that into the ad copy somewhere. However, let's see. What happens if we make this rock climbing courses for all? Oh, nice. Rock climbing courses. Does that work? No. Okay, I think I can put it the other way around. So maybe I can put the high rock climbing courses. Lovely. So let's copy those down. And then I think I can probably copy these and paste them down here. And then again, maybe I can replace indoor with rock. I have rock climbing gym, and then I've got space in here anyway. It's gonna be good. And say rock climbing gym the hive. Copy those down. Then I'm just gonna replace. Well, copy them again, and finally replace gym with wall. The hive rock climbing wall. I mean, it sounds slightly weird, rock climbing wall hive. But then the keywords are all about rock climbing walls. So I'm not sure it's the greatest keyword, if I'm honest, but it's going to do the job. So I'm happy with my headline ones. They're all quite specific to the ad group. And headline twos, that's just kind of their tagline. So I'm happy to use that. So all I need to produce really is going to be the description and then the path 1 and path 2. So I think path 1 and path 2 are going to be easy. It's the description that really needs some work. So what could we say about these? Let's go back to the About Us section. What are they saying? Okay. Hive is rock climber is Vancouver's only bouldering gym. The Hive is more than your average indoor climbing gym. I quite like more than your average indoor climbing gym, or even just see if I can use that bit of text somewhere. I'm just going to paste it as values only. Okay. And if you remember, we've actually got 80 characters for the description, so we've definitely got some space to play around. Maybe we can kind of do it like that. I'm not sure if we need the indoor bit. I definitely want to capitalize average and your. So that kind of feels like it'd be a nice last bit, but what will go before that? I can't really say Vancouver's only bouldering gym and that thing. What about boundary climb at the Hive? More than your average. Oh, I like that. Copywriting skills are on point here. In fact, it looks like I've still got some space. Maybe I could say the Hive Vancouver. Okay. Pretty happy with that. So that can be one of my ad copies. As I said before, because we're testing headline 1, headline 2, we could just use the same description for everything. Let's just do it like that for now, for this example. Bear in mind though, that everything that says bouldering, I want to just use bouldering everywhere, so that we're going to have that keyword relevance, landing page relevance, quality score, all that kind of stuff. So find and replace, going to replace climb with bouldering for bouldering ad groups, and I mean, as I said, this isn't the most creative as having just one description, but we are A/B testing bouldering courses for all versus bouldering courses at the Hive, so at least we're testing something. The characters are fine. Find a URL. I've already got that, so I can just take the find URL from my keywords and copy that down. Path 1. With path 1 and path 2, I'm probably going to try and take something from the ad group names because they pretty much spell it out. So I think I'm just going to copy all of these and show you some little find and replace tricks. I probably want this to be either bouldering or climbing. So I'm going to find and replace gem underscore. Okay. I'm also going to just copy these again and paste them into path 2. And really, I just want the bit that either says bouldering or climbing or rock climbing. So I'm going to do a find and replace. And I'm going to find anything that happens after this first underscore. So I basically got the path 1 followed by the underscore. So I'm going to find the underscore, and we've got a little trick. Do you remember we learned about regex? That's regular expressions. So we can click search using regular expressions, and I'm going to say underscore followed by anything I want to replace with nothing. So the regex for anything is a period, and a period represents one wildcard. So if I do a period represented by a star, the star means unlimited amounts of the thing before. So what we're saying is find an underscore followed by anything repeated infinite number of times and replace it with nothing. So if I do that, lo and behold, it's just left the bouldering or the climbing or the rock climbing bits. So that looks great. The only thing to bear in mind is we're not allowed to have spaces in path 1 and path 2 because it's supposed to look like a URL. So I'm going to make it rock-climbing. It's not copying down, so I'm just going to drag it. And they're all less than 15 characters, which is how much we have. And then I'm just left with these guys. So we can do some more finding and replacing. I'm going to replace underscore broad with nothing. I'm also going to replace underscore exact with nothing. And this time I want to delete everything before the underscore. So yet again, I'm going to use the regular expression and it'll be dot, which is wildcard, followed by star, which means infinite amounts of wildcards, and then underscore. So I'm saying find anything you want and then an underscore and replace it with nothing. So anything you want is going to be the bouldering or the climbing bits, and then the underscore, replace it with nothing. Like that. Excellent. So I can just say done, and that should pretty much complete my ad copy build out. I've got my campaigns, got my ad groups. I've got 2 ads per ad group. I'm A/B testing on headline 1. They're all really relevant to the keywords. You can see we're talking about bouldering gym, bouldering wall, bouldering courses. Same with climbing, and even the rock climbing bits. And our descriptions are kind of relevant, and they're talking about bouldering here and climbing there. Actually, I mean, to be more specific, I've got a few characters left over here, and these are all rock climbing keywords. So I'm definitely going to do rock climbing here. Like, to be honest, it's best to use up all the characters. Sometimes it doesn't really work out. I don't think it really matters too much if you're kind of down between 70 and 80 characters, but you know, there's no point in just not using up spare characters if you can. At the same time, there's not really much point in trying to chuck in extra words if they don't really make sense. So I just quite like this, learn to climb at the High Vancouver more than your average climbing gym. So I'd left it at that. So yeah, I think that takes us to the end of our ads. And so that actually takes to the end of the whole AdWords build out. Um, we've got our keywords, we've got our campaigns and our ad groups, obviously, and we've got our ads over here. So what's going to happen is we're going to upload those into AdWords, and we've got our ad groups and our campaigns, and we've got our keywords and our ads, and we're basically ready to go. Obviously, I would recommend putting extensions on afterwards, but I wouldn't worry too much about extensions at this point in time. Yeah, I might do one more video in terms of kind of advanced AdWords, kind of taking this a little bit further, making a few ad variations, and probably building some branded keywords as well, because at the moment we're only doing generic things. So see you on the next one if you fancy it.